In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Stephen and Julie are with us. Hey, guys, how are y'all?
Great.
Fantastic.
Welcome. It's good to have you. Where are you from?
Dallas, Texas.
All right. Very cool. And here to do your debt-free scream.
Yes, sir.
How much have you paid off?
$165,000 over a total of 32 months.
Plus, we cash flowed a wedding.
Yay! There's always that. Good. Cool. So how long you been married?
8 months now.
Ah, very good.
I think it's 10 months.
Oh, well, there you go.
Close to that.
You better get that straight. I'll just go ahead and give you a little husband hint right now. You're going to want to know that going forward. So what's your household income?
So when I started paying it off by myself at about $64,000 plus a lot of odd jobs, and then now we are over $200,000 together.
Excellent. Okay, very cool. Man, you knocked out a bunch. Now, what'd you say the total debt payoff was?
So our total debt paid off was about $165,000.
Okay.
When I started, I paid off $25,000 in 6 months. Met him. He paid off his car, so about $45,000 that summer. We cash flowed a wedding for a year, and then $90,000 in about 8 months.
All right.
Just recently.
Very cool. So. Good for you guys. Very well done. So really, really. So you kind of started this whole thing, Julie, it sounds like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And so, Stephen, you're dating this girl, and she's cute, but she's a little money crazy. Got all these crazy ideas, right?
It was actually really interesting. The first time I met her, I was walking her back to my car, which was a Corvette, and she stopped, gave me a crazy look, and said, "Really?"
I'd been dating people, and you're in uptown.
This car's supposed to be a chick magnet, and it's got the opposite effect.
Exactly.
I did. I told him, I think on the second date, and I was so condescending. I said, I'm on the Dave Ramsey plan, and that summer he paid it off. He got his bonus. He cleared out his savings, and it was gone.
Very
I
cool.
thought this is a legitimate person, and
all right, that's good. I like it.
Healthy skepticism.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Very cool. So hey, I've got the red one too.
Yeah.
It's a great car, man.
I love it.
It's a great car. It's a beast. It is so fun to drive. Oh, well, way to go, man. Very cool. What do y'all do for a living?
I'm a physician, and she's an attorney.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Well, great careers, and you're 100% debt-free. And, man, you guys got a future. It's incredible. So, Julie, how did you first get introduced to all of this?
So you actually came to speak for Pastor Craig at Life Church when I lived in Norman years ago, and I was, of course, I didn't pay any attention. I was still really entrenched in a lot of ignorance about finances. Just my childhood was steeped in financial instability, and I think oftentimes when you get in these situations, even if there's a healthy influence like a grandparent who's frugal, when you're under the poverty line for income, you don't discuss it with children.
Right.
And so I'm in OU, and I thought law school and I got my master's after that. Like, education is the escape from my circumstances.
That's the way out. Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was debt, and it didn't save me from anything. That was 2008, and there was the housing crash, and my fiance called off our wedding a few days before.
Oh.
And I had taken out significant, tens of thousands extra to pay for that. I was never paid back for it.
Oh.
And so I found myself in my early 20s living downtown in a big city. I didn't have a family that could financially help me, and I was $100,000 in debt, and I was so scared, and I was depressed all the time. Everything was a crisis. And just by providence, I remembered. I thought I needed to change anything. And I remembered you, and so I Googled the podcast, and I absorbed them. And I remember, it's ironic, but you told me it was my fault, and it was the most hope I'd ever had, because if you can associate that your situation is indicative of previous poor decision, then you can alter your behavior for a different outcome. And that's so hopeful, because I wasn't a victim anymore.
Wow.
So I paid off $25,000 in 6 months. I got all these extra odd jobs. And then I meet this guy, and he supported me in that. And I found out, he comes from this completely healthy background, but I read boundaries, and I got new role models, and I want to give people permission. If you wake up in this situation where you're coming from family dysfunction or a broken home, it's so easy to think, I worked through all this stuff. Or you go get an advanced degree or a doctorate, and you think, well, now I live in a skyrise, and I'm in uptown, and I'm young, and I went through all that, so I want to pay for things to make myself happy. But that's not the answer. And when my perspective changed, that God has blessed me with my intellect and my income for a purpose. This isn't to play with or waste, it's to help others. And it just changed everything. I was so motivated. And I remember the whole time I was growing up for years, my father died young. He was sick when I was young, and my grandpa died. And I kept wishing somebody would come, some rich person would come rescue me and do all these things. I would have these daydreams about them buying me a car, and it never happened. But I know now God gave me that so that when I was older, I could be a philanthropist and I could help others. And I can't tell you the difference. I mean, already, like, we paid off our debt, a month? Like, I already did a pro bono case for a lady, a friend died without life insurance. And so I just did the probate. Like, I could just, anytime I want to help, like, I'm not tied to have to work for a certain job. And we already helped some single mom friends with some stuff. I mean, it's like anywhere I see a need, I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude. And I think there was a time, and I think you've discussed this very vividly, there was a time when I only focused on myself because my entire life was about mitigating pain. And for people who suffer depression and anxiety and bad situations, that feeling is real. But you don't have to be helpless. As soon as you make a conscious decision, it's in front of you. And now my whole life is full of gratitude. And my only reasonable response is, like Pastor Craig says, irrational generosity. And I just want to, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, I want to make God and my dad and my grandfather proud and help people. And everything that has gone before is just leading up to this. And I'm so blessed with this husband. You know, I think there's a lot about debt payoff, and I wanted to mention this with forgiveness. I hesitated to bring up some of this negative stuff, the wedding being called off. We also had somebody very close to us at the very end of this. And get ready, because if you do the debt payoff, God may work on your heart in a very challenging way. And we had somebody very close to us do something incredibly unethical, and it cost us tens of thousands. And there's so much, it's very difficult to face injustice. That's a difficult lesson. But we had peace and choices about how to respond and try to remedy that. And we thought, even if we were never compensated, you can let go, whether it's your family not making good decisions that hurt you when you were getting started in life, or being left at the altar, or, you know, financial betrayal from somebody. You can let that stuff go. When the debt is in the past, you're not a victim anymore, and you're just stronger, and you think, you know, that's, you know, we're promised troubles in this life, and I can make it through.
I'm gonna have to send this video to Craig.
I hope so. I've always joked.
He and I are good friends, and he's going to love this.
I certainly hope so.
I also think if I need something litigated in Dallas, I know who to call. You just prosecuted the case. I'm telling you.
I
did
appreciate
well.
that. Well,
Very well done.
You and he were a huge help in this journey, and God put it in front of me. But I want to be just like you. I want to be that help that helps others.
You guys are heroes. I'm so proud of you. You really have done. I mean, what you recognize there, that your choices, that I'm not as articulate.
I didn't recognize it. It took me 29 years, and you helped me.
No, but what you said a minute ago was that once you recognize that your choices can change, then now you're in control of your life. That's so empowering, and that I can decide today to do this or not do this, and that suddenly I can turn this around, and then you did it. You guys are heroes.
Well, I want to give credit to my husband, because here he is working very difficult hours, and you know, poor guy wakes up at 5 a.m. some days for surgery, and he's paying off my mistakes from the past.
No,
and he's totally.
Hey, he got a deal. It's okay.
No, and that's true.
Clearly.
All right,
I appreciate that.
$165,000 paid off in 32 months. We're going to give you a copy of Chris Hogan's Retire Inspired book as well, making 64 up to 200. Wow, what a great debt-free scream. Stephen and Julie from Dallas, Texas, count it down. Let's hear it.
3, 2, 1. We're debt free!
Wow! I love it. How fun. Oh, well done. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. You can do this. You know, that really is the message. Whether you've got $270,000 in student loan debt or $27,000, whether you've got a $50,000 income or a $500,000 income,